Hi guys, welcome to Off the Cuff. I am your host Sharon Kamal, and today we are talking about a very good topic, and is red flags in a relationship. So how do you know that this is a red flag, and how do you identify one? And by the way, what is that red flag? If we may start from there. So today we are joined by a very awesome lady. She goes by the name Shiro, but I don't know her name. I don't know her other name. I just know Shiro, and she's going to introduce herself officially to me and to us. And yeah, karibu Shiro.
Thank you so much.
Baby.
First of all, it is a crime that you're my friend and you don't know my name. I'm supposed to fine you.
Guy, wait. I don't know your name. I don't know. But maybe I know.
Ushainitumia pesa?
Asije kutumia pesa.
Nitumia pesa and then utajua jina yangu. Anyway,
Wanjiru Kinyua. I know your two names.
Yeah,
but I don't know the English one.
Wanjiru Kinyua is not my pesa name. My name is Wanjiru Kinyua. I am I'm a publicist. I'm a public relations officer. I'm a communication strategist, and I am a mom, most importantly.
All right, thank you very much. Nakwambia kizungu leo yenye nitaongea.
Sangapi? Sangapi de kangapi?
Unataka kunipeleka kizungu. Bebe usipeleke kizungu.
No problem. No problem.
Anyway, karibu sana. We are so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much.
And yes, so we are talking about red flags. And before we talk about red flags, I want you to tell us, how was your childhood like? Where did you grow up? Like where were you born?
I was born in Nairobi. Nairobi Pumwani hapa. I was born in Nairobi, raised in Kawangware, and then to Kahama. I think we went to Nyahururu, and then okay, let me just start from class 4 because hapo ndipo nimeanza kujijua. So I studied in Nyeri, Muiga, a sister school. I always tell people that I wanted to be a nun all my life.
Okay, what happened? What's changed along the way?
I actually really wanted to be a nun because I've been born and raised in a Catholic church. I still go to Catholic church. And then nimepelekwa shule ya Catholics pia.
Pia high school.
Pole primary.
Primary. Okay.
Shule ya Catholic. Iko na my sisters, and then I will tell you what happened that I changed. And then I went to Gataragwa High School. Right now inaitwa sijui St. Bakita Girls. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, and then nikaenda campus took.
Oh, ulisomea shule moja high school. That is interesting. Alafu what happened ndo ukacha kutaka kukua nun?
Sasa normally we all know that nuns wanafaa kukua, you know, holy, as in wanakaribia Mungu kabisa. Every time they are like intercessors. Wanafanya kazi mzuri until tukaanza kufunzwa na nuns. And then the headmistress was a certain, and so time here we found a very good sister. So when nikiingia class 4, kwanza nilingia class 4. Remember, this is a transition from
a boarding school kwanza.
And it's a transition from boarding school. So nimetoka boarding school, public school lenye mpaka tunasoma Gikuyu.
Of course.
I'm very fluent in Gikuyu.
Hata mimi nilisoma Gikuyu.
Wewe nama.
Anga sijui kuna A O U
Ate
O. Sijui.
A E I O U E O.
It has something like that. Yeah. There's I has 2 and U. The U has 2. Like ikona.
You're not confusing it with German.
No, like si kuna kwa vowels za Kiswahili kuna A, E, I, O, U, right? So kwa Kikuyu kuna I mbili. Sijui ni I na kuna iyo O, A, O. It's just hard. What is that? What were we taught?
So time when I did my interview, of course nika failed, so I had to repeat class 4.
Jumezoea Kikuyu.
Let me tell you, the transition was so I have
been writing English in Kikuyu.
And I have to wash my clothes, and I have to bathe, and I have to carry a metal bucket every other time.
when you're going ukienda
usikuoga tulikuwa tunatumia bucket za chuma zimeandikwa jina hapo na
admission
na paint ya red na admission tulikuwa na admission number ilikuwa majina admissions zilikuwa za high school yeah, so we got a very good nun. May God rest her soul in peace, Sister Priscilla. And then to transition to another one. I will not now say the names.
Yeah.
And then to transition to another one. She was also good. Sasa mwenye sasa alikuja nilikuwa class 6 hapo ndipo mienendo na tabia zikaanza kubadilika. Because in class 7 class 8 kulikuwa na that pressure that you have to make sure hamtakuwa defeated since you the easy exam that easy exams. So we did certain exam. I think ilikuwa Kisumu municipality. And being the good school that we were, tukakuwa number 3 or number 4. My friend, we were beaten. We were given a punishment to sleep for 72 hours.
That's a good punishment.
It is not a good punishment because after every hour unatoka unapiga magoti kwa kokoto unatandikwa.
What?
Unatandikwa na sijui mwalimu wa maths. How many teachers were they? There were 4, including the nuns. Sasa nikasema me I know sisters hawafai because it was like punishment.
Yeah.
It was torture.
Like what are you doing?
It was so bad that tukaanza kupotea shule.
Yeah. Because sasa mnachapwa juu mmekuja number 3.
Juu tumefail exam tumeshindwa.
So mko unafaa kuja number 1.
Number 1. Number 1 with a good mean score. And then there was one day exams. One day exams mnazifanya every Wednesday, and up to date if you ask any of my friend, Thursday is my worst day. So mnamkia exam 5 AM on Wednesday. So mnafanya exam the whole day. Thursday the same 5 AM unapata mtana mwalimu wa maths and science kwa class. Niyo maths and science they used to swap. Kama anafunza maths anafunza science. So question number 1 always ilikuwa either total value or place value if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Kama umefilio unatandikwa. Na ulikuwa unatandikwa on Thursday. So around 4:30 ndio tulikuwa tunamalizia kichapo, tunaenda bafu, alafu bafu was very open because it was a girls' school.
Kwani hiyo time unapigwa saa ngapi? The whole day?
Si ndio, si maths kumaliza alafu unaingia the next subject.
Okay.
That is how I just stopped my desire to be a nun. That is ilisha hapo.
What? Ilisha. Okay, so ukamaliza hiyo primary. You mean mlikuwa mnachapo hivyo mkiwa primary?
Yeah, nasikupata hata 400.
Na hiyo kichapo yote. Mimi just go chapo I guess.
Really?
Like mimi nilisomea shule ya ushago. Yaani ile yenye people don't even care about you by the way. Umekuja shule and then I schooled in Limuru. It's cold. Yaani mtu yaani hiyo baridi tu it's enough punishment. Sio mwalimu hata hizi kuchapa. Kwanza Mwega is very cold.
And then paka vidole zako zinafura zinakaa sausages na unatandikwa.
Hivyo tu bado zikiwa zimefura.
Huko ama huko nyuma. Huko nyuma unge bahati mbaya tu skirt inuke hivi. Dress inuke hivi.
Na wazazi hawakuwahi complain.
Sasa uta complain. Mimi kwanza I don't remember how many times I did not complain to my parents.
Okay.
Kwa tunakuja visiting and kuna time ilikuwa I was dragged literally. Nimekatalia mguu ya babangu hivi.
What? But hiyo shule walimu waache kuchapa wanafunzi sana.
So I also got the phobia of taking my own children to boarding schools.
Oh yeah. I
will never.
Kai baby, hata high school.
Urudi ni kuona.
I can imagine, but that's too, because hata someone was telling me his whole body is numb because he has just a specific part that is not numb because he was beaten vizuri akiwa high school, so his whole body ili numb.
So kwetu ilikuwa napigwa hapa and it's not the bump, just there before mgongo, before the bump that
hapo ni chungu. Oh my god. Na Bunsen bana na
kiboko iko na cell tape nimepakwa mafuta.
Okay, so now you finish primary, you finish high school, you come to campus, you finish campus, you start working.
I started hustling in campus actually. Because, independent,
Independent lady.
No, actually, immediately after high school, nikaingia acting. I used to act set books. Kina Caucasian Choksako, hiyo ndo tulifanya, Kina Grusha Bashnadze.
Wewe sasa ulikuwa unacheza which role?
I was the nurse. The nurse is one of the nurses. And then I was Bibia, what is this guy who was rotting in bed? That guy. Yeah, there was that guy who was rotting in bed. Yeah, that
me
was
akiskumbuki by the way. Even some I think a week ago or two, someone was asking me about a certain book we read and I was like, me kwanza sipendi kusoma. I don't love reading. So alikuwa I know that like najua the characters but I don't know the name of the book. So hata ukiniambia your story I'm like, what are you talking about again? Okay. So, we are talking about red flags in a relationship, right? So, what is a red flag? Because watu wengine wanasemanga, ata change too, or like, what is a red flag? If you are to mention what a red flag is.
Okay, I will give a very simple illustration. 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 When you're walking on the streets, when you're driving, you normally have traffic lights. Traffic lights zinakwanga into 3.
Yeah.
Green, red, amber. When you see green, it's time for you to go.
Yeah.
It's safe for you.
Yeah.
When you see amber, you either get ready to stop or get ready to go. When you see red, it's time for you to stop. So red flag is a sign, a signal from God who is protecting your heart from being heartbroken. That God gives you, anakumulika hivi anakuambia, by the way, acha tu nikupatie onyo kali, that it's time for you to either sit down and have a conversation or to stop and leave and go and run for your life because I pity you, my daughter.
I love that. I mean, like, it's the most simple explanation you can give. And by the way, we always given these signals. Alafu tuko like, maybe hata ni maroon. Lakini si ni pink.
It's never pink. It's always there, always 3 colors.
Yes.
3 colors. Na hapa kwa amber ndio unafaa kujua kama ninafaa kuendelea, nataka kuwa green ama nataka kuendelea kuwe red. Hii amber inakuanga warning sign. So kama ukiona kitu na kama maroon, pink,
hiyo ni warning signs already. So before I ask this question, do red flags ever become green?
Depends. I feel like it depends when you have a sit down and somebody is ready for you to have a long-time relationship. When you sit down umwambia, by the way, mi sipendi vile unaekanga kikombe, sipendi vile ukikunywa chai unapuliza.
I know.
You need to change that. You just sit down and have a conversation. And then you can see kama atabadilisha, kama ni tabia anaweza badilisha, or it's something that haizi badilisha. Kama maybe ataanza kukuambia you have narcissistic behaviors, narcissistic people. Ataanza kukuambia, hey, mimi that is how I was born, by the way. Mimi hakuna siwezi badilisha. If you feel kama uko na shida, si ufunge tu masikio muvange nikikunywa chai. You see?
Yeah.
So
it's not a person that is open to dialogue.
Exactly. So maybe sometimes red flags to become green flags, but a red flag, man, just
is always a red flag.
It's a red flag.
And I think the minute, because I want to take that example you've used of when someone tells you that ati hivyo ndo niko, but I don't love that, so you expect me wewe juko hivyo mimi ni adopt, but wewe utaki kuadapt to what I love. Yeah, it's already a red flag on itself.
It is.
Yeah, if a person doesn't want to change or does not want to, like talk about things, ako so inaitwaje,
so vested into that is how I am.
Yeah, ako so stuck in that. There's a word, I can't remember the word, but ako too so stuck to that. So what are these red flags? Like, what are the red flags that we might maybe look out for?
So I'll give, I normally have, Madea is one of my favorite comedians, by the way, and actors.
Who?
So,
Nigerian? Madea, okay.
And there's this clip that he says, hey Madea, how do I know if my man is cheating on me? And then he responds, do you think your man is cheating on you? Yes, I do. that is how,
yeah,
that is the sign.
He's cheating.
He is cheating on you actually. Yeah. So the moment you start feeling like, kunaendanga hivi.
Since and one.
But since I have my notes here with me, I had prepared by the way. I'll give like 5 to start with. Number 1 is choking you with gifts, expensive gifts. All of a sudden umepatana na mtu anataka to bombard you with gifts. And I know sometimes we as girls really, especially those of us whose love language is
gifts,
acts of service and gifts, receiving gifts. This might seem like a very green flag and say, hey, Mungu Baba bariki wengine sasa. But that is actually a very big red flag.
So that is kama anaifanya immediately you get
like umepatana na mtu hata janini like nimekuja nikakaa vile nikaona vile nyumba iko, the next minute and I want to buy you a sofa, a recliner sofa, unakaa hivi a recliner sofa, a very big Samsung, a very big TV. So those are like some of the red flags. Buying you expensive gifts, bombarding you with gifts. That means you're not even able to think.
Yes.
You're not able to think like, why is this person giving me all these gifts? Why is he doing that? Yeah. And the other one is
so umesema watu wasichukue
pokea zawadi. Take gifts. Gifting is good. Gifting is good. But I always say get into a relationship when you can also afford yourself. Get into a relationship whereby mtu akikuletea maua, kwanza mimi I used to get very much surprised and flabbergasted when somebody got me flowers until I learned how to buy myself flowers. Until I learned how to buy my own tokens. Until I learned how to pay for my own cab. I used to get so much excited. Oh my God. Hey, this is the one. You get. So get into a relationship when you know that you can afford all these things without somebody ati mtu akikupatia unaona it's a very big deal. It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah. So the other one is and I'm going to hold your hand virtually when I'm saying this. When somebody wants to spend time every time with you.
Ataki ukwe na friends, ataki you spend time na family, ataki you yani
every time anataka boy you uko wapi na kuja saizi. And this is two way. It can be the lady, it can be the guy. So when somebody wants a lot of time, it's okay to spend time with your loved one. Ninasemanga ukiingia kwa relationship by the akili za mtu zinapoteanga tu. Yani unaingia D&D.
Thank you. I was okay. Surely, endelea.
D&D.
Yeah, true, very true.
Unataka tu, yani you just want to be cuddled all the time. You want to
him to make all the decisions.
All the decisions.
I don't know if it happens to ladies, to men, but for us, I mean, like when we have a man, our brains completely.
Hata ukitembea kwa streets, you don't even worry. Unaenda na kugonga bora umeshika mkono tu, unatembea tu. Yeah. So when somebody wants to spend 24/7, any kila time akihugura hivi when he looks at this direction, you are there. When she looks at this direction, you are there. Then that person becomes the center of everything that you do. That means you don't have time to think about how are my finances. If you have children, for example, you don't have time to think about your children. Some of us, let me say some of us, have family responsibilities. You get into a relationship, you can't think about your family members. You literally, the only thing that unafikiria ni vile uta spend time na wewe mse, vile usiku itafika. You get. So that is also a very big red flag. Ukiona mtu every time na ukimwambia for example kupatia space, that person takes it as an offense. That is a red flag.
Because sasa kwani you don't expect I'm going to work, so you expect it all the time too. But then I think nishaipatana na mtu kama huyo. That guy used to alikuwa anakuja like anakuja tu. Anakuja, imagine anakuja 9 a.m. anakaa na mimi 9 am mpaka 5 pm.
Unajua mpaka mtu usikia kama una suffocate, you don't have air, you can't breathe.
Exactly.
Black lives matter.
Bwa.
No, imagine mtu amekuja kwako 9 am. 9 am hata hujabrush meno.
Hujamka
hata hujamka.
Saturday. Bro, mimi naamkanga 12.
Aroja.
Yeah.
Hata hujamka. Uja figure out how your day is going to be. Hata hujaenda choo. And you're scared because utaki kuenda alafu do.
But si unafaa kukatri na your person.
So, I honestly, I've also been in such a situation.
Yeah,
And let me tell you, it wasn't a good one. And the moment nilijinasua kwenye huyo mtego.
At times it really looks like, you know, this person loves you.
Absolutely.
This person wants to spend time with you. You know, this person. Okay. Lakini imagine, like it's so overwhelming actually, because you see, especially for me, I'm so independent. Like I know what to do. I have planned my day and this and this and this and this. But utakuja hapo ushinde na mimi the whole time. It's not bad, but not every day.
Not every day.
Yeah, it's not every day. Ati hata nikienda place, unashinda mimi video call. Ati
send me your location. Send me your live location, want to see. Mpaka asubuhi unaamka 7 am, umeingia kwa ofisi 9 am, unabidi umetumia mtu live location. Mtu anakutrack. Ya kwanza unamtumia 8 hours. Mtu anashinda kikwang. Then ukitokea 8 hours ikisha, simu ndio. Hey babe, where are you? I can see your location.
What? That's so crazy. That's crazy.
And you know,
it may appear romantic, but no, I don't think.
Yeah.
So why do you think people do this?
I don't know, obsession, quote. I don't know. Sijaelewa.
Or they're afraid of losing you, or probably they want to guard you so that nobody else.
And you realize
most
of these relationships zenye ziko hivyo, they don't last.
Yeah, they don't end up. Hata imalizangi 2 weeks.
So I tend to think that this is number one, a person who is not emotionally mature.
Yeah.
You know, because somebody who is emotionally mature will know that, by the way, akona vitu zake anafaa kufanya, and then I've not cuffed her. Yes, bibi yangu, yes, bwanangu. So, and hata kama ni bibi yangu ama bwanangu, every person, before we became we, I was I and you are you.
Yeah.
You get. So yes, there are things that we can do together which are okay. There are things that I want to do by myself. There are things that you have to do by yourself, which is very much okay. So I relate it to emotional immaturity.
Okay. The other thing.
You've ever been in a relationship whereby you've been single for quite some time. Ama you've decided, by the way, this season, I want to set this season for me and my God, we just nini. And then Kemodo to just appears from nowhere. And this person is just doing the right things. And that is, somewhere I was reading, and it was actually someone I was listening to, I think Sarah. So she was saying, when you're praying, no, it's not only God who is listening.
True.
Even the devil is there listening. And so sometimes he will run and tell one of his agents, you know what, we have found a target. So this target wants this kind of person to do this, this and this, and this and this and this. So kama unataka mtu anakufungulia mlango, mtu ana tall, dark and handsome. I don't know if that analogy still exists.
I don't know if it still exists because I don't think it exists. Anyway.
I think it does to some extent. Anataka mtu akona ndevu, anataka mtu ana drive. So who are we? And then the agent says, okay, we have the right target. Then the right target comes to you who is in a season of self-discovery, in a season of telling God, it's me again. I want you to send me a man. And because you're my daddy and because you're my father, and you say, whenever we knock at your doors, you will provide for us. Provide me with a man who does this and this and this and this. Unatembea tu kwa shughuli zako tu. And then you meet somebody. And then he invite you for a date, and then you go for a date. You go for a date number 1. Kwa hiyo date number 1, huyu mtoto akwambia mimi where I am, I'm looking for a serious relationship. I want a wife, and I see a wife in you, and I want to marry you.
maombi imejibiwa.
Sasa kwa excitement, if you are not, and I always tell people, be very, especially when you go for these dates, be very, 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 be a very prayerful person.
Yeah, true.
Be a very prayerful person. Because utasema, okay, fine, Mungu amejibu maombi yangu. Sino, God ujibu maombi.
Amejibu maombi.
Hallelujah. Not knowing that this was like a test. You know? So when somebody bombards you with commitment at tufanye hivi.
At the very first stage. Sasa amejuana 3 days anataka kukuwife.
Ama hata 2 days nimeshinda the whole day because nishaijipata hapo. Let me tell you, nishaijichuna masikio. It was just last year. So you with somebody, hey, this person is very nice to you. Hey, tuka chat like almost the whole night. And then the following day.
Zinaendaga 8 hours.
And then the following day, hey. And then 2 days later, ndio sasa ikakuja. And the reason why I say that I never blame people when kisema mimi sijui nilijipataje kwa hii situation is because sometimes people show up at the right time. When you need words of affirmation, kimodo tu kinakuja, that's when they give you the right words of affirmation. When you need somebody who gives you the sweetest, warmest cuddles, that's when that person comes, shows up. So akili yako unaiacha kwa handbag yako ya jana office.
Definitely.
You get, unafungia hapo kwa locker, and then you throw away the keys. And that's how we used to say when you were small. I lock the box and I throw away the keys. So that is sometimes what happens. So when somebody bombards you with, I want a commitment. I'm looking for a wife. Because there's a word I told myself, mimi mtu akiwa niambia that I look like a wife material, God deliver me from that bondage.
Utakwambia unakaa wife material?
No.
Why? Si unakaa wife material.
Ilichomeka, nilipeleka kwa Taylor. Taylor alikataa nayo. Taylor alikataa nayo. Alishinda kushona. Because why you tell everybody that you see, and especially now the era of TikTok, the era of social media, na post tu alafu mtu anakuambia guy hiki understanding. Deliver me, Jehovah, from that bondage. You see? So that was red flag number 3.
But before we go to the next red flag, there's something you said. And before God, there's, I don't know if I was in a season but I learned this a few years ago. Before God brings the actual thing you're praying for, He'll bring a lot of counterfeit. Like, kutakuwa na counterfeit. And now the analogy that you've used of the devil also listening to your prayer, it's actually that. And kuna tuna memes zinasemanga, like God anakwambia, this is the man, and then you don't listen to the whole instruction. Uski kama anakwambia, this is the man I warned you about, or this is, so okay, akisikia tu, this is the man. Ni huyu God. Hastaki kusikia. Nayo. But before I think you really need, before you decide to really settle down, you need to also go deeper into prayer. Ni kwanza niliambia kuna watu wanaweza nifungia mlango usiku. Anyway, so I was saying, before the original comes, a lot of counterfeit will come.
True.
And you will think it is the one, and ujui hata kama niko na hata wazazi and you want to go see my parents. You want to bring goats. You don't know if we love goats or we love cows. Why are you bringing cows? Goats, and we love cows. You see, like, you really need to understand this person and know where this person is coming from. What does she want? How does the family look like? Do I want to marry her? I mean, like, it's I think a week or a month is not enough to know a person.
It's not.
It's not enough. And mtu akikuja alafu anaanza kukupea hizo love, anakulove bomb. Anakulove, totally a red flag, guys. But then ilikuwa ni red.
And then what happened? Na hata huku niambia, hata huku ni one. Can we do a rerun of this?
To show you how red these flags are. Yeah, so yes, that's just what I wanted to put across.
And you said that Nini, there's I listen to Harvey a lot, Steve Harvey a lot. Yeah. And there's I think there's also a book that he's written, the 90-day rule or something. Take 90 days before saying yes. Take 90 days before kissing someone. Take 90 days before sleeping with someone. Take 90 days before being in an isolation with somebody. Yeah? And when, for example, you are in a first date, 90 minutes is enough to know if you want to spend your life with this person or if you want to commit to this person or not. 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Wacha kukimbia. Sijui mnaenda wapi. I always tell people, there's a whole life ahead of us. It's not like you're dying tomorrow, and if you die, you are to die without a partner. So please, wacha kukimbia.
No, I was having a conversation with my young sister because I have a young sister. And I told her, listen, you have elder brothers, you have an elder sister. Learn. Yeah. Learn from me. Learn my mistakes. I'm normally very open with her. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so open with her. Learn from your brothers. My brothers also are very open to the both of us. I do not want you, for example, because I got a child when I was in campus. I do not want you to be in a situation whereby mimi nilikuwa na bahati, your mother and your father, aka our parents, walikuwa na nguvu. Yeah. I was lucky because I was also in a good relationship. Yeah. But right now, your father and your mother, kina mom, they don't have that strength that much right now. Ourselves, we are trying to figure out this economy. Na kila siku, we just have something new that is coming up on the headlines, on the news. Do you want to stop watching news?
Really? And the way you love doing...
I do. Newspapers. I do love that. But I stopped watching news. It's depressing. It stresses me out.
It is. Yeah. I think I just watched news. I think
saa moja
na saa tatu
ikienda commercial break. Ebu next.
Ebu weka TV tuone kuna nini huko. I mean, like, I watch news every day. Every single, hata nikifika kwa nyumba saa 6 nitarudisha. Ni watch 7 na ni watch 9.
Are you okay? Do you need 911?
No, I'm fine. Age is catching up. Nikaribu hata nikiamka hivi nafanya kokoko.
Then the other thing is, you've ever met somebody and you feel butterflies?
I have. Oh, I have. I have.
That's a sign.
Yeah.
And sometimes excitement, fear, anxiety, zote zinakujanga na the same kind of butterflies. So when you experience some certain way of butterflies, unapata na mtu, run. Usiseme acha nijaribu tena next time. Maybe it's because the first time, you know, but always that first impression matters. If the first impression umekupatia inaitwaje butterflies, what do you think the second one is going to make you feel?
Butterfly good. Is it a good feeling?
It could be a good feeling. It could be a bad feeling. It's majorly a bad feeling. Take it as a sign from the gods. Run.
Because I have actually. By the way, acha tu nikutumie since you made me feel like that. I usually tell people if I start giving you my love story, my mom will see this. It's like a movie, but anafanya pe film actors wafanye hii story.
Yeah.
Because there was a guy, he was good. He was a church person. And actually, but they actually told him, remember, by the way, you know, I got goosebumps everywhere. I even shook, and it has never happened to me ever in my life. I have, up to today, even I can connect with sijawahi kuwa na hiyo feeling.
Kwa sababu roho wa Bwana ame-anoint.
No, I actually knew. I knew it was a bad sign.
Okay.
Because I had never felt that. Even today, I have never felt the same thing I felt that day. And let me tell you, I think a few months, I think you and your love hiyo ndo relationship ilinipea character development. Pro max.
Ulikuwa umepatiwa onyo mpaka ukapatiwa goosebumps. But you didn't listen. You didn't listen, you didn't take the signs.
You, it was crazy. Like, okay, it was, we actually hugged. And I told him, hey, I don't know if it's happened. Hey, nimepata goosebumps the whole body. Alafu akaanza kuniambia ati, you know, it's the first time. But why are you getting the goosebumps? Ama, you're cold? Are you cold? I'm like, no, I'm okay. Alafu tukaachana na hiyo story and it was that. But for me, I knew it was a sign to run. Because my instincts, I think hata kitu ingine tunafaa ku-add kwa hii red flags ni instincts.
Absolutely.
If your instincts tells you stop, if your instincts tells you run away, please run.
Run away.
Because when you see run away, because I felt like this game was like good. He was a 10. Let me tell you, alikuwa ananifanya vitu like he was a 10. There was nothing wrong with him, but my instincts was like nilikuwa na feel hapa kuna kitu. Hadi ninaambia my friends, wanaambia Aisha, don't overthink. This guy, which one? This guy that comes from, which guy?
Oh, no overthink.
This guy, and he was like, no, nah. But tata nikuambie, ile siku what is that name? Uliniambia hiyo kitu leo. Naitwaje? When it rains, it pours. Let me tell you, hiyo siku everything
bombard on you.
It's a story for another. I think nafani wapigie hii story.
Please do.
I'll do that in the next episode because, hey, you guys, script writers mwanze kuandika movie because I've seen it all.
I have no problem by the way with and I no offense to anyone for this. I normally do have a problem with churchmen.
I've had that a lot of time. Aki church boys, mkuja mjikomboe.
I do.
Or is it the same for girls also?
I don't know. Maybe. I do love myself. I'm a man who prays. I love myself a man who is spiritually cautious and aware. But ile kukua ndani.
Ndio shida ama. What's the problem? Because it's not supposed to be like that.
I don't know what happens. Miss Dre.
A good church boy
because and then every story that I have had, I think also it's the fear. Because every story that I've heard of somebody who's dating a church boy, a church man of God, kulikuwa tu na very hata even the movies that we watch. A marriage that is based with, you know, there's a genuine one. Na kuna ile unaona by the way, this is some Carl shit, man.
It's true.
You know?
Yeah.
Kuna zenye ati now you have, again, much respect to everybody who serves them and kneeling down. Ati now I have to kneel down when I'm serving.
In Kenya?
I don't know which.
Oh, I don't think in Kenya people do that. Wanawake wa Kenya wako hard-headed. Or
I have to wear a certain way.
Yeah.
There's a way that you dress when going to the presence of the Lord. The way that you yourself feels comfortable with it.
Yeah.
But now when you tell somebody, oh, you cannot even apply foundation kidogo because unaenda ukiwa fake kwa kanisa, and you feel somebody with so much ideology that you don't know that you are made in the image and likeness of God.
No,
don't you know sijui ati your hair is your crown, you're supposed to hide it so that people don't see it. So every time ukienda kanisa umeenda kanisa na umevaa kiemogedi, no offense, you've worn a very you know,
guys, mogedi let me tell you what it is. It is wale watu wanakwanga, it's makorino, right?
There are two, kuna korino and kuna agedi.
Wale wanavanga manguo marefu. What's the difference?
Kwanza kuna tatu. Kuna korino, kuna agedi, na alafu kuna ile nguo mrefu na wanavaa koti na wanavaa koti nyingine sijui nini, alafu wanafunga kitambaa hapa juu. Do we have to mention names really?
No, we don't.
We don't have to mention names. So And that is also a way that you're not even feeling comfortable we mwenyewe. Be in a very comfortable thing, which brings us to the next red flag, which is not having clear boundaries. Or not somebody who is not respecting your boundaries. Atukiambia mtu, babe, I love my hair when my hair is like this. Nakwambia no, woni vile uko na forehead kubwa. You're supposed to put something that is hiding at least the forehead. Or people actually exist in those relationships and they confuse it to I will allude to the Bible at the end of this conversation. And people confuse it with being a submissive wife. You get. So unasema, but me cannot argue with my husband or with my boyfriend. With my boyfriend because he is the man that I want to spend my life with. So if he says that I have to kufunga kitambaa and nifunge, make sure faida yangu imebaki kutoka hapa eyebrows mpaka hapa, then I just have to do that. Nitafanya nini? He's the head. He's the man of the house. Honey, run.
Because I think pia there's the aspect of who are you before I met you, and also the aspect of communicating. You don't have to be like that, so that, I mean, like, there's also respecting your boundaries. Like, what are you? What do you love doing? What do you do? You get, like, there's that aspect of respecting who you are before I met you. But if you find yourself like compromising every time ati unavaa kitambaa sijui una, like,
you can't wear jewelry. Uzitoboa masikio.
Ama
umetoboa masikio alafu so unaambiwa lazima utoe earrings. Ukienda kwa madhabahu ufai kumevaa hivi. Ama when I'm going to meet my friends, you're not supposed to.
Wait, are people in this relationship?
People are in these relationships. That is why we are having this conversation in the first place.
Okay.
You know, so when somebody doesn't, ama when you tell somebody, for example, baby, I'm not in the mood today. And they insist on having their way. And there's somewhere I saw, or did I read or did I see, that there's a lot of quote unquote rape cases in marriages. Why? Because number one, you have to compromise. I'm in the mood, I'm in the mood, she's not in the mood, but she's not in the mood, but then I can just make her be in the mood, you get. Or you tell, ama unaanza ku blackmails. Kama unataka kunipatia mimi nitaenda huko nje nitafutie mtu wangu basi. Or somebody, you don't do that and then you have your own toys somewhere, so you go and use your toys, you get. So if ukiambia mtu, baby, I'm not in the mood today, just respect that. Haiendi mahali, haitoki, haiendi inaenda mahali soko ama inaenda happy. It's there. Yeah. You are sick, for example. And unajua kuna some of us who are afraid of hospitals.
True.
Na kuna ile tu sickness unaona this one I just need maybe to rest, or and you want to bombard somebody with medications, you want to bombard somebody with what you believe is the right thing. Sometimes mtu tunataka just peace. Let me rest. Just give me some time, give me like 2 hours, I sleep, no, don't disturb me, be with the kids. Just give me some 2 hours, let me sleep. And you'll be okay. So mtu kama respect all those boundaries that you have put, or when somebody crosses them and then you try to have a conversation with them, anakurushia ki-blackmail fulani hapo, and just know that is somebody who is not ready to sit with you or to stay with you in a long-term way, in a long-term plan.
True. Hey, where? I really want to comment, but I want to comment about boundaries. Like, if a person does not respect where you come from as a person, like, what are your beliefs? Like, what are the set of rules that you set? Because I believe, I was telling someone, Josie, like, if you want to communicate, like, you choose to effectively communicate. You don't just wake up and you're like, actually communicate leo. You don't do that. Also, in our, okay, this probably it's a different whatever. It's a little bit different. But
but I think in a marriage, because for us to set the boundaries, we have to communicate.
Yeah.
And our previous episode was on communicating effectively. So unapata this guy when you guys were starting mnaongea 8 hours, yani mlikuwa mnaongea vizuri, but all of a sudden he becomes busy and he doesn't want to talk to you, he doesn't want, but when you start to raise, for example, you start raising that thing, like not I mean busy.
Like, sorry, so you missed call. I was supposed to call you back.
I've been meaning to call you and I procrastinated.
I think I've blocked several people with that. Oh my God, I am very good at blocking.
Me too.
Oh my goodness. I block and I forget about you, as in.
Because I think it's so bad. If you want to have a conversation with someone, listen to that person. If I don't love this, for example, I don't love when someone leaves my toilet door open. I get angry. And I'm like, why are you leaving that door?
Yeah.
So mtu anakuja anatumia tu alafu anaacha hivi. So if this person really hears you, he'll, because that's a boundary.
It is.
That is something I don't love. That is something I wouldn't love when you do. You get. So if I talk to you, are you willing to listen to me? Because setting a boundary is one thing. The other thing is maintaining the boundary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if the person is not willing to maintain the boundary, then it's a no.
I personally don't tolerate laziness.
Okay.
Sijui.
Yeah.
I just
why are you
don't. I have tried to be in a relationship where that was the case, but it's not making sense. Explain to me how you are lazy.
Yeah.
Explain to me how you are in the house. People are outside. Come with 200. Come with milk.
Yeah.
Come with a loaf of bread. Kuja mandizi. Niambie baby, mama leo kumekuwa, hey, it's been hard today, but I've brought a bunch of bananas. It's okay.
Yeah.
Come with something. Don't come and tell me, oh, but leo kumekauka. Okay, fine. I will understand the first day. Second day. Second week. Third week. No.
But it's said that men commit where they have
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if this man is not committing, then hana interest na wewe. Kabisa. Ati atumia pesa yako, wacha wenye ulikuwa unasema wa gift. Huyo hacommit. Yani
anatumia pesa yako mpaka anakuitisha na kuitisha na
kuitisha. Friends who visit someone and they don't bring anything. Yes.
Yes.
I imagine umekuja kwangu nimewapikia alafu wewe unakuja tu na mkono. Yani it's not like I'm saying you come with it. For example, it's not like I'm saying you come with it. I am just saying it's courtesy.
It is.
Yeah. Hata hiyo 50 bob come tu nayo uniletee maembe pale. Kwanza napenda maembe vile kamba friends. Yani like niletee maembe, like bring something. Yeah.
It also happens, Pia, I also do not visit my parents from either sides, my in-laws, my side, without something on my hands. Yeah, because na ukienda upate hakuna kitu. Exactly. Mtakula nini, mtaanza wapi? Utaanza kuexplain aje. Acha it's a, for me, I think it's a shame on you kind of a thing that happens to me.
Yeah. Hata uwezi kula sana.
You get, umeenda umetembelea mtu, this person has used her energy to cook, to prepare food. His or her energy. This person has used money to buy because hata kama ni kulima analima, bado alitafuta mbegu. Yeah. So there's a lot of effort this person. Just the best thing that you can do is beba, just carry something. It's ni tabia tu mzuri.
It's just good manners or good habits.
It is good. It is actually good manners.
It's good manners. Well, okay. All right. I think to deviate kidogo. So back to the red flags. You had point number, is it 4 now or 5?
Oh yeah, and then you brought another one about yenye tumesema size about inconsistency. And communication.
Yeah.
I always say, and I know I'm a person who checks up on my friends. Very much. Not because I'm invested in what you're doing, but I just need to know, how are you? You know? And one of the things that I normally ask my friends is, how are you emotionally? You know? So, if somebody has the time to text you, yeah? Somebody who's a friend has the time to text you. And your boyfriend doesn't have time to text you. Your girlfriend doesn't have time to text you because apparently they're so busy. Apparently they're... There's a time niliuliza mtu, I think you're not the busiest man in the world. Because make me understand.
You're nothing. You're nothing. Like, like.
Because make me understand how I call you once, twice. You're not picking calls, but then you have the time to reply to my texts.
Yeah, and you don't even.
You don't have.
To the call.
No, you can't respond to the call. You know, and then if I was supposed to text, if it was textable, I could have texted.
Yeah, true.
You get. So when vile tu ulikuwa umesema mtu umeanza relationship vizuri, communication tu iko sawa, iko safi. And then 2 weeks down umeona imeanza kubadilika, and then you raise it because people do not just live a relationship like that. People ask questions. People like to communicate to know what is happening. Do you have a problem? Are you okay? Is your health okay? Yeah? Umefungua nyumba? Simu imepotea? Simu imeibiwa? So people ask. People ask these questions before they finally give up on that.
True.
The moment umeona mtu hakupatia valid reason as to why he's doing this, or he says nitabadilisha ama nitabadilika, and then they don't badilika, what are you still doing there? And one thing, and I know this is going to hurt you, I always say, you can never change a man.
You can never. Even a woman.
You can't change.
You can't change a person.
You can't change a person. And I'm saying you can't change a man because we get into a situation, especially as women, we have the anticipation and the hope that, you know, because at the end of the day anatoka nje, anaenda anatafuta, anakuja amechoka kwa nyumba, so it's me who needs to adjust to his schedule. It's me who needs to adjust to what he wants. And maybe if I do that, then he's going to see my commitment and then change. If somebody wants to be in a relationship with you, they will be in a relationship with you.
True.
If somebody wants you to be a friend with benefits, they will be a friend with benefits. And how I came to realize this, it took me some time. Like 2-3 years before I finally realized, by the way, you know what?
Where is he stay?
Yani, for life. For life. Unaona? And when you want, when and I know squeezy, there's still that notion that any person can initiate a relationship, but I still believe the man is supposed to initiate a relationship.
Yes, because why a woman? Why is initiating a relationship?
Do you vile tulisema pale, when somebody is kila box yako inakuwa ticked? Is he providing? Yeah. Ananishika mkono tukienda in public? Yes. Does he care about me? Yes, he cares about me. Does he call me every morning, lunch hour and evening? Yes, he does that.
What do you mean?
So unajifilia kwa akili yako, mimi ndio main.
Unless you want to become the man.
Mimi ndio main. And so you bring up the conversation.
Okay.
And
but I think people should stop kujijazia vitu.
Oh my God.
Yes. If someone has not asked you publicly to be their girlfriend,
please don't.
When it grows. But like when it literally you're my brother.
So kwa ukijua leni yangu ni hii.
Yeah.
Tunaweza kuwa best friends, tunaweza kuwa mabeshte, lakini hatuwezi kuwa in a relationship.
I think people should really normalize defining the relationship. Like put a word on it. If you want, and if that man has not asked you to be his girlfriend, you are not. You are not. Stop performing girlfriend duties or wifely duties. don't. Because you see, I think many of the times people get hurt along the way because they feel like this person was supposed to be there. Like, because alikuwa nampigia kila siku, anamcall, akadhani, don't give yourself time to think.
And it takes time before you realize that, by the way, this is it, we're just friends. But and as much as hurting it, jumimi iliniuma, by the way, oh my God, when you start seeing there is a break into the norm that you are doing, that the communication has started to stop, or it's not happening as much as it was, and when you try to bring the conversation, the other party is not willing to change, or when they promise they will change, nothing happens, then that's just stop. Just stop and move on. Na usahau. We tukiwa wadogo tulikuwa nasema kazika kwenye kaburi la sahau. And sasa tukimalizia, my last point is when somebody leads with negativity, then that is a red flag. When somebody, for example, in a relationship, when the man is on the low, then the woman takes charge. When the woman is, normally it's the man who takes charge, that is why the woman is a support system. But when one of them leads with negativity, then that relationship is not going on the right way. You can tell somebody something, mimi naweza kupiga, or even not, or when you listen to a conversation, a relationship is supposed to make you happy. It's supposed to give you a safe space. When a relationship leaves you more empty, more drained than the way that you were, then it's a sign. It doesn't. You don't need to be in that space that is full of negativity. You don't need to be in that space yenye haikupati raha. Relationship, see, it's not a punishment. It's not a punishment. You can do without one. So it's not like a daily bread or a basic need or a necessity. So it's supposed to complement to what you have, but not leave you much drained. And I think we've seen those TikToks, for example, where when so there's a woman, then there's a man, and then the woman goes with 100 problems and lies on the man's lap, and then resignation. So make sure that relationship yenye uko, it's not draining you. True. Sometimes people are in the agenda ya kukudrain, to take away your energy, such that by the time unatoka hapo unajiuliza, by the way, I gave relationship a chance. Imeniacha kwa hospitali. Imeniacha nikifanya therapy. Imeniacha nikiwa na depression. I really don't like using the word depression for very many reasons. I do have sisters-in-law. I always tell them, okay, you know what? When you are decided finally to settle down with my brother, you knew that number one, you're not going to change. You knew that number two, this is the person. Character yake iko hivi. So the much that I can do is just listen to you. So a relationship is supposed to give you peace. It's supposed to give you love. It's supposed to give you assurance. It's supposed to make you happy generally.
It's not supposed to be a source of your problems, right? Or a source of draining your energy. I think it's supposed to be a place where you go for energy. Like when you're having a crazy day, I mean, like you just call this person, you're like, babe, this is what happened. This.
Yeah.
And then you feel so relieved.
No, so now I'm in the right space. I'm with the right person. Like when you call this person and mpaka unaregli, mbona tena nilikuwa nampigia, why was I even wasting my time? Why was I wasting my airtime? And that is why sometimes you get people saying that my BFF knows much more than my boyfriend knows, or my girlfriend knows.
I think mtu wako anafaa kujua 100% of everything that happens to you, and the vice versa also.
True.
So thank you so much, Shiro, for coming. We really appreciate you. It has been an amazing show, and I can say you've done a good job, and you've done justice to this topic. And to our wonderful viewers, thank you so much for keeping it off the cuff. I am your host, Sharon Kamau. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and of course, leave a comment. See you in the next one.